This is kind of a quintessential Southeast Alaska moment. We've come around Pinckney Point. I'm headed for Cake. The seas are calm. Baranof Island, the quintessential Southeast Alaska islands off there, so covered in the distance. Holy shit. There's a big animal 20 feet in front of me. I better slow down. Oh my god. That's too close for comfort. It's about 60 feet away. Let's hope I just took it out of gear. Anyhow, the boys are asleep down below. You can hear other whales off in the distance. We saw lots of whales today. I don't know whether to aim this down at the water where you might see the whale. Or aim it out at those beautiful mountains. Baranof Island is my favorite island up here. We're going to go into Cake for the evening. That's an Indian village. Then tomorrow go over just a short distance to the Keku Islands. And I've never been over there. They're nearby, and explore those. Then we'll go to Baranof Island. Probably stop at Red Bluff, Anchorage, Baranof Hot Springs, Teneke Hot Springs, and Hoonah. We had some good and bad fortune. Last night, the water pump gave out, totally died, leaving us without any water. However, as a last minute thing, just before I left Seattle, I bought a spare water pump, pressure water pump, and I put it on this morning, so we're back in the air. Oh boy, where's that? Kind of close. I think I'll stop videoing now. And right now we're at a fish hatchery in Cake, and this is a hatchery that puts chum salmon in the water, and then they come up this creek where they're trapped and caught, and then the fish are stripped of their roe, which goes to Japan, and then the fish carcasses are sold to the crab fishermen for bait. We got a ride up here in the back of a pickup truck with some crabbers who were tied up near us. Adrian, you see the bear down there?
The big one in the small?
Yeah. Here's the, see the salmon at the base of this gate. And we were told they'll open the gate, they swim into a pen, and then they close the gate. These are called chum salmon. They sell for just 3 cents a pound, except for the roe. I'm shooting now through a window that they put in kind of alongside of the holding pen. These are not the prettiest fish. They've got a protruding jaw, kind of characteristic of when fish are ready to spawn. And they've got teeth right on the end. These are the guys that we came up with. And they're the crabbers. This
Get yourself all slimy now.
These fish have been stripped of their roe.
Careful, Seth.
That's bent. He wants to help, but he's going to come back really stinking.
Which beer was it? Was it salad?
So this is the stripping them of the roe. That's all it takes. Oh, there's the roe. So that's the white stuff gets burned. I guess they kill them and put them in 2 piles. Boys and the girls. So the executioners pick them up. Pow. Seems to be that fish just come directly into this building and swim into crates. Yeah, it's like a little Holocaust. Brady's right. Film is not recommended for
How big this
program. What's that? What did you ask?
Do they taste good?
They're probably okay, but maybe not as good as some of the other species. See them on the rope. What? What? You don't know that. You can get it. Gail did a job on this one. Wonder what we use fish from for. Oh, maybe that's for the hatchery. I thought that's for the hatchery.
Here, catch.
With ice, you know those little square buckets.
Hey, Ben.
1,500 pounds.
I like your new outfit.
This is at least more than 3,000.
How's the tires look? She's a little bit. Man. How's this thing drive with all this weight in it? Andy. Now we're gonna haul all these down. You're gonna drive over to AML dock. I am.
We've just left Kate with 3 crabs that Eric the crabber gave us. Those are the guys that took us over to the hatchery slaughterhouse place. We're coming into Red Bluff Bay, which is probably the most spectacular bay along the eastern side of Baranof Island. We had quite a rough crossing across Chatham Straits. First a lot of hobby horsing, and then the wind we had beam seas, so we did a lot of rolling. Ben and Adrian fortunately stayed in their sleeping bags, and I didn't get sick. We're just going along here slowly. I can't really do justice to this. There's a huge waterfall, glaciers, and things like that. But as you see, it's a cloudy day. We're going down through that narrow gap, and then the Red Bluff Bay opens up past that. Hopefully we'll have some better weather later. Benjamin's has a little intestinal problems, maybe from eating too much crab yesterday. This is one of 3 or 4 tall waterfalls coming into Red Bluff Bay. The picture doesn't tell you how high it is, but I would guess it's about 1,000 feet. Well, it's the 19th of July, and you're looking at the cataract at Baranof Hot Springs. And there's the hot springs. Hey, Ben! There's 2 pools. One here that's quite hot, and one just below it that's a little less hot. And it's all in this rainforest setting. In a rainforest setting, right next to the icy cold cataract. That's Adrian. Adrian, get your butt out of the way. We may be having a change of plans in our trip. The plan was to go to Hoona and leave Puffin there. But I think I've diagnosed problems with the engine. It needs some major work, and Petersburg would be the place to get it done, not Hoona. So I'm going to try and get to a telephone and see if I could get moored from Hoona for the winter and get it repaired there. We'll see. Anyhow, Baranof Hot Springs, July 19th, 2000. It's July 23rd, and we're looking out on the waters of Glacier Bay. Ben, Adrian, and I left Hoona at about 7:30 this morning, got into Bartlett Cove with a favorable tide behind us a little before noon. We checked in with the rangers. We had a nice lunch that was Ben's treat, and now we're heading north, hopefully to Blue Mouse Cove tonight. placid waters are quite common in Glacier Bay. Sometimes they're rough, but you see lots of pictures just like that, sort of glassy calm. We saw several whales about a mile away coming up here, but we didn't go over to them. And now we're proceeding north. We'll stay here for a few days. It's a Monday. No, it's a Sunday today. And we should be back in Hoona by next Thursday afternoon. And put away the boat on Friday and Saturday and fly home on Sunday. There's Adrian. Adrian. What do you have to say, Adrian? Want to tell about the party last night?
Met a lot of girls.
Met a lot of girls.
Really quiet out here.
If you come to Alaska on a cruise ship, it looks like those tracks over there. They're allowing 2 cruise ships a day with 5 pleasure boats. What our world looks like. Everybody's asleep. I was asleep. Well, we left Blue Mountains Coast this morning, July 24th, and we're proceeding for the Car Inlet to visit the Marjorie Glacier. It's been cloudy and but as I look up ahead, looks like it's going to be clearing. You can see some blue there underneath the cloud cover. The scenery is really very beautiful. Starting to see strips of ice in the water. There's one out here someplace. Kind of dodge. Oh, there it is. Well, anyhow. So Ben and Adrian are asleep. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to get them up soon so that they can see some of the scenery. And then we'll proceed on up to the Marjorie Glacier. If we have time, we'll go towards Johns Hopkins, although you can't get within 2 miles of it because there's too much ice in the water. we're just passing the Reed Glacier. Off in the distance is, this is Tar Inlet that we're just entering now. It's about 8 miles long. Down at the end, coming in, is something called the Grand Pacific Glacier. This looks like a long, graceful river of ice coming in. And off to the left, where we can't quite see it yet, is the Marjorie Glacier, which we're told is pretty active. There's lots of ice in the water, small pieces. I should go back inside and steer to avoid hitting them. This mountain range is really spectacular. It's too bad the video just doesn't do it justice. Your eye, of course, picks up this whole sweep. Just a little bit. I just decided I should come out into the dinghy, trying to get a picture of Puffin with this nice mountain backdrop. Well, there's our stout little vessel. You can hear the heater roaring away. Ben's still inside in a sleeping bag, but looking out the windows. I'm going to pan around to the Grand Pacific Glacier. With the binoculars, it's really a very beautiful sight. Just a long, sleek river of ice coming down out of the mountains and ending up at the sea. The water's kind of a pretty aquamarine color because of the glacial silt that's in it. Okay, I'll try for another still shot of the boat, then we'll get Dan is steering through an ice field right now. I'll show you what he's steering through. The little ones make a little whack. This is the face of Marjorie Glacier. There's a little tour boat up here and 2 private cruising boats. That's the face of the Grand Pacific Glacier. That must be receding, and so it's all dirt covered, whereas the Marjorie is more active, with the ice periodically falling down into the ocean. As we go along, from time to time, you can hear big booming noises, which is probably the glacier cracking. Hey Ben, tell us about your trip so far.
Well, Malaya and I started off in the Oakland airport. My mom drove us to the airport. We took a plane from Oakland to Seattle. Had a 2-hour layover in Seattle. Took the plane then to Ketchikan. No. From Seattle, we went to Ketchikan. Took a small ferry to another part of Ketchikan. We're in Ketchikan for like 4 or 5 hours. Played some pool, roamed the streets. Finally, we got on a ferry, then took a 10-hour ferry ride to Petersburg.
Met hella girls in the ferry.
Met several young ladies on the ferry. Took the ferry to Petersburg, where my father picked us up. We then proceeded to several anchorages, including we went to Benjamin's Pocket, Teneke, Baranov, Portage Bay, a couple other places. Potchkeyed around for a while. Caught one salmon, went fishing with an heir-to-be chief. Saw a lot of humpback whales, 5 killer whales. Finally, we ended up in Hoona. Adrian and I met a kid who got chewed on by a bear and had 300 stitches. Went to their town dance, which was a unique experience because there's only 300 kids in the whole town, and all the kids were invited, so you'd be slow dancing with a girl, and all of a sudden a 5-year-old would run in between you and kick you and run off and get some ice cream or something. Let's see. Left Hoona, and now we're here in Glacier Bay at the Marjorie Glacier. All thanks to Richard de Alaska.
One more thing.
One more thing.
Ben keeps digging his nose constantly. Is that true?
Absolutely not. Oh! At the lodge in Glacier Bay, I ordered fish and chips. And they gave me 3 small pieces of fish and lots of chips. So god damn it, I complained, and they gave me 3 more pieces. And Adrian caught a iceberg. We ate some. I jumped in the water once.
Okay.
That about sums it up.
Thank you, Benjamin. Well, that's what Puffin looks like sitting in front of the Marjorie Glacier. The ice is maybe 100 yards high, maybe 2.
This is
What?
Benjamin Packard trying to jump
Ben,
in
only a
cold
fool
water.
would go in the water.
Only a brave fool.
No, a fool, Ben. A fool that takes dares.
I dare you. Let's go, let's go.
No, don't dare him. I don't know what the shock will do to your heart, Ben. What would Mom say? So are you out of your mind?
She likes water.
She'd be like, get the hell in the house.
Who should I dedicate my jump to?
Me.
Well, how are you going to get out?
I don't know, Dan. Maybe I'll eat some fried rice and then I'll come out.
Okay. I dedicate this jump to Grandpa Jack for coming to America, because I think it would really suck to be in Poland or Czechoslovakia or wherever the hell he's from and be cold and starving right now. He may not be perfect, but he had the brains and the balls to come here so we could be in Alaska. So Grandpa Jack, this is for you. How old is he? 98?
97.
97-year-old man.
Now you better do it too.
Let's go.
Grandpa Jack's waiting.
Ah! Oh shit.
Give him a hand up, Adrian.
You got it?
Wow.
Live life to the fullest, man. Live it to the fullest.
They're clapping for you.
Got saliva. So how's the temperature?
Who's next?
How's the temperature?
This is as close as we can get to the LeConte Glacier. We're about 3 miles away, and there's an edge of a snowpack there. It's a beautiful panorama.
Richard de Alaska, this is your 4th time coming to Alaska. Do you have any words for your viewers out there?
Yes, I do, Dan. Actually, this is my 5th time, and this is the furthest north that we'll be going right now. We're up at the LeConte Glacier, and Glacier Bay had been the end goal of the trip that was planned out months ago. The idea being to buy a small trawler and cruise it to Alaska and leave it in Hoona to come back in future years. So, surprisingly and satisfactorily, everything has come out just fine. I've been worrying continuously about the boat, about the engine. Ben, why don't you sit down and then
Go.
So as I said, I've been constantly worried about the transmission giving up and the steering giving up and the engine giving up. But as far as I can tell, the engine's running the same today as it was when we left 6 weeks ago. We're very lucky today that we've had beautiful weather. It started out real rainy and foggy, and I thought, well, we're not going to see anything, but it cleared. So that's real nice. We're going to go tonight to Reed Inlet, maybe tomorrow to Sandy Cove anchorage, and then we'll head back towards Hoona. I guess everything's been successful so far. I don't know what next year will bring. I don't know how the boat will end up, and I don't know if I'll really like cruising short distances rather than a long trip. But anyhow, this is sort of the terminus. We're about 200 yards from the edge of a close-packed ice field, and I don't want to go smashing into that. That's actually where we were when Ben was 8 years old in 1992. Ben, Suzanne, and I got right up to the edge of the glacier that's over there on the left. But this summer, I guess because of activity or tides or whatever, the last 2 or 3 miles is choked with snow.
Any advice for someone who might want to come to Alaska on their own, to those future explorers out there?
Sure. Well, the advice is prepare your boat so that you can cruise for 1 day with no breakdowns, and if you could do that, do it for 45 days, and then you'll get up to Glacier Bay, and then another 45 days to come back. I want to get in the picture. It's focusing on oh, brother. Ben, your father's more important than the scenery.
You're in it.
Yeah, but I'm dark, aren't I?
No.
Yeah. Anyhow, everything worked out fine. I wish Rose had come along. Most other people have their spouses, but for whatever reason, she's not here. So it's our loss and her loss.
One last question.
Yes, son.
Is it true you and your son both mooned a cruise ship together with 2,000 passengers aboard?
That's about the most ridiculous and offensive thing that I've ever heard, and nobody would believe such a ridiculous thing. Where do you get your ideas, Ben?
I don't know.
Honestly, this kid. Okay, well, we're going to end the videoing now. Maybe have a little snack and then head back to Reed Cove.
Here it is once again, folks. Puffin, Alaska, going back to channel 16. Over.
South Marble Island Glacier Bay, June 26th, 2000. Birds. This is too close for comfort. These guys are right next to the boat. I'm bracing myself here. Let's see if we snag one on the fishing pole. Guess they sound. Say they're 100 feet from the boat.